Pranam Swamiji. I have two questions to ask. First question is, you talked about the Ananda in the work conditions. You do with all, Tanman say you do all the work. You have put all efforts, sincerely you have worked with all the place and all the things are there. But at times, that work, whatever you do with all sincerity, is not appreciated. So again, in the work conditions or the atmosphere in which you work, really it again submerges you, or then again that Ananda is curtailed to that extent. So you are not
the moment you expect some appreciation, you are not working in Ananda. You are not working with Ananda. Please be very clear. If you are expecting some other result, you are not working with Ananda. When you are sitting with your beloved, are you sitting for any other purpose? That itself is Ananda. So if you really fall in love with the work, you will not expect some other result. If you are expecting some other result, be very clear, you are not sincere in your work. You are not total in your work. I am not telling you that you will get more result. No. I am not telling you anything else. I am just telling you, fall in love with the work. I am telling you this as a technique. I am not telling you if you fall in love with the work, you will get promotion, you will get more benefits. No. I am not giving you any greed. I am not giving you any assurance. But I tell you, when you fall in love with the work, your inner explosion will happen. Your inner explosion will happen. For the inner explosion, I give you this as a technique. I am not giving you this as a stress management or to encourage your work level. I am not taking any corporate class. They have just reduced the whole spirituality into a stress management courses, just to increase a little bit of productivity or creativity in the market. The whole spirituality is cut and made into like a customized pizza. Customized pizza. They made the whole spirituality as a simple stress management courses, stress management techniques. I am not telling you to fall in love in the angle of stress management or more creativity or more productivity. No. I am not here on behalf of your company to encourage you to produce more. No. I am not telling you to work more. I am telling you to fall in love with the work. I am telling you to intensify that work. I am telling you to break that idea. If you work, you can't be happy. Just break that idea. I am not telling you anything else. I am not here taking any stress management course. There are so many requests from so many people say to me, Swamiji, you must design some stress management course and do in corporate circle. You can spread a lot. I told them, I am not here to do that business. Spirituality or the meditation cannot be reduced just a small package for a stress management. Today they are doing. In modern day, meditation and spirituality is just reduced and made as a package to reduce a little bit of stress. It's like almost, you don't have to take your metazine. That's all. Nothing more than that. You don't have to take your sleeping pill. That's all. Nothing more than that. The sanctity or the divinity or the spiritual portion of the meditation is lost. It is sold in the market to replace your sleeping pill or the headache pill or your anacin or metacin. I am not telling you in that angle. I am not giving you this idea to increase your productivity or to adjust with your boss or to create a beautiful group. No. I am not bothered about any of these things. I am telling you this as a technique to explore. Technique to explore your creativity. When you fall in love with work, you simply explore. Your idea that vertical and horizontal is lost. Second question.
Is it necessary to know the very purpose of our life, or you will automatically come to know as you go on doing your karmas?
You see, knowing the purpose of life changes every moment. When your time and space changes, your length, depth and breadth changes. When your length, breadth, depth changes, your time and space changes. You see, at the age of 7, what is your purpose of life? At the age of 14, what is your purpose of life? At the age of 21, what is your purpose of life? As the length, breadth and the depth of your body changes, your time and space also changes. Your purpose of life changes. Your idea about life changes. So idea about life, purpose of life changes continuously as the length, breadth and the depth changes. So I tell you, don't bother about the purpose of life. The idea will continuously change. And moreover, when you taste even once the space and time, the whole idea will change. When you taste the spacelessness and timelessness, the whole idea will change. As on now, for your understanding, you can have this as a goal, to go beyond space and time, to taste a glimpse of spacelessness and timelessness. But I tell you, even this understanding will change. Even this understanding will change. Have this as a goal with understanding that this goal will change.
I wanted to ask a question about the deep sleep, the state of deep sleep. Is it comparable to the extreme state of bliss? Because in both the situations, there is no knower. In deep sleep also, there is nobody who knows. There is no knowing there. Similarly, in the highest state of bliss, which can land into superconscious state, there is no knower anymore.
Are you sure?
Comparable?
Are you sure in the superconscious state there is no knower?
I can perceive so because
okay.
As long as there is being who is experiencing this state of ecstasy, the slightest beingness is still there. But in absolute state of bliss, there is no more.
All right, I will tell you 3 differences.
I just wanted to know in short the difference between the state of deep sleep, which is again a very great state.
Okay, I will give you the 3 differences. The first difference is, by going into the deep sleep and coming out, you will not become more intelligent. But going into the super consciousness and coming out, you will become more intelligent. By going into the deep sleep and coming out, you will not become more aware. You will not become more conscious. By going into the deep super conscious state, you will become more aware. By going into the deep sleep and coming out, you will not become more blissful. But by going into the super conscious state and coming out, you will become more blissful. Sat Chit Ananda is the difference between deep sleep and the super conscious state. See, if the sound is too low, you will not be able to hear. If the sound is too high, you will not be able to hear. Can you say both are one and the same? Just like that, the unconscious and superconscious can never be said one and the same. There is a vast difference. They both are 2 extremes. Here, if you go and come out, your intelligence, Sat, consciousness, Chit, Ananda, bliss will not increase. There, if you go and come out, your intelligence, Sat, consciousness, Chit, Ananda, bliss, all the 3 will increase tremendously. That is the difference between this state and that state.
Sir, I just wanted to ask whether it is possible for an ordinary human being like us or like me to achieve that super consciousness in this birth itself.
Again the question of vertical and horizontal. When you say ordinary human being, you already meant that I am a superhuman being. What is the difference between you and me? Tell me more. Same thing. You see, you think you are vertical workaholic. I am horizontal silent. I tell you, there is no, again you bring the problem vertical and horizontal. When you break that attitude, when you break that belief, the man who is vertical cannot be horizontal, then you will understand you can achieve in this moment.
That state should come now when there should be an explosion.
One thing, ma, that state will not come. You need to work towards that. First thing, you have done a lot of conditionings. You started believing. It is you who started believing if you are vertical, you cannot be horizontal. When you are a child, you are both. You never had a problem. You know how to enjoy and how to do. But now, by and by, in the mental conditioning, you started believing if you do, you cannot enjoy. Being and doing is separated because of your mental faith. I tell you, stop believing that. Stop believing doing and being are two different things is what I call tapas, is what I call sadhana, is what I call meditation, is what I call spiritual practice. Stop believing that simply things will happen. If you can believe now itself, start believing. If you have to do two, three things towards it, then start doing that. That's all. Enough.
Swamiji, can you suggest some technique to kill our ego?
Can you suggest a technique to
Kill our ego.
kill our ego? See, I told you early morning when you get up, just decide I will be happy for next 24 hours. That is more than enough. If you are blissful, your ego cannot be alive, ma. I tell you, you make your sufferings big to keep your ego alive. Anybody you ask about their life, how they will start, you know? Swamiji, like me, nobody has suffered in the planet Earth. Even my enemy should not suffer the amount of suffering which I underwent. Everybody thinks they are the people who suffered most. Why you make your suffering big, you know? You feel you are strong. Just to make your ego strong, you start making your ego big. And I tell you, the journals which defame the popular people, these guys, they write about popular guys only, popular people only. People who are in the high level of society. Why? They feel satisfied because their enemy is strong. When their enemy is a big person, they are also a big person. So when you make your enemy big, you also feel you are big. Just to feel you are a big person, you make your enemy big person. So when you make your suffering more, when you make your sufferings are more, your sufferings big, your ego becomes very strong. Your ego is alive because of your sufferings. Your sufferings are the food for your egos, for your ego. Your sufferings are the food for your ego. I can tell even the word egos because you have so many egos. It's not one. Your ego survives because of your sufferings. When you decide to be blissful, naturally it dies. It withers away. So, my first word and last word is be blissful, be in Nitya Ananda. Thank you.